today about online business. As always, always online business, mindset, and all that stuff, and how it how it all relates, and how to stay on track when you build an online business, when you're promoting courses, when you're building up your social media, when you're creating content, all that stuff. So on my live on Monday and Wednesday, I covered how to stay organized, how to get organized, what to use to stay organized, how to set time limits, how to declutter your workspace, how to set up a workspace, at your house, so you're free from distractions and all that stuff. So just wanted to recap that today and what I do with it. I just went out, just rushed home. I went out and spent some time in real life with one of my dearest friends. So we're rushing, telling the waiter, the server, to like hurry up, like we want to pack this to go, like we gotta go. Thankfully I only live like 7 minutes from the restaurant. So so just wanted to recap a little bit with the organizational thing, right? So, and this can apply not only for business, but this also can apply for your home life as well. Like if you're the type of person that has a lot of stuff going on, right? You have family obligations, on both sides. Like you have multiple kids going in multiple different directions, right? Like if your life is just busy, it's crucial to stay organized, right? So when you're adding the complexity of building an online business on top of that, it's even more important to stay organized, right? So here's what I recommend. Nothing fancy, right? It's just a piece of paper. So it's a piece of paper folded into 8 sections. And, I have on there emails, videos, reading, training. I did 2 blocks of training because I recommend you do 30 minutes a day. Conversation, create next training, and then return messages, right? So, so that's 2 hours. 2 hours, right? Nothing more than 2 hours before you give yourself a break. You go do something, right? 15-minute break. Get off the screens. Walk away from your business, right? But you can use that same organization for your family, right? For your kids. The more organized you are, when you know what you're doing, especially if you are running in 6 different directions and you're not home to, cook a nice meal, right? If that's important to you, if you're like always packing on the go, the more organized you are, the better. So, just wanted to recap that, right? That's a really good way. And when you're first getting started in learning how to create an online business, right? You've probably purchased a course that has, hours and hours and hours of videos, right? And we want to treat that as if it's a series, right? So for those of you who were born prior to the internet, you will understand this. When a show came on Monday night at 8 o'clock, right? You had to wait until the next Monday to watch the show again. There was no streaming it. There was no binge watching it. Like that did not exist because that's what we had, right? So treat learning your online business old school, right? Don't go and watch 20 hours of videos in like 3 days. One, you are going to fall into, I don't know why it's like I'm a vampire. Okay, that's really cool. I get distracted. Treat it as if you're watching one show and you're going to come back to it tomorrow, right? You're going to come back to it the next day. Go apply what you've learned. You don't want to get consumptionitis, right? Is what I call it. So that's just a recap of, kind of where I've been going this week with online business. So today I wanted to end off with talking about, so we know how to stay organized. We know how to stay motivated, right? But we're going to talk about motivation. We know how to stay organized. We know how to not get overwhelmed. We know how to not get the overconsumption, right? We know all those strategies. For those of you that are watching on TikTok, if you're interested in wanting to be able to access previous trainings I've done, then you got to come into my community. They don't store on TikTok, I'm sorry, but they are available for replay inside my community, inside my group. They're free there forever. So if any of you are watching on TikTok, if you're interested in building an online business, trying something different in online business, maybe what you're doing isn't working for you, right? Just reach out to me and let me know. I'll get you in my community. Or you can go in through my face and you can join that way too. So organization, not getting overwhelmed, steering clear of frustration, working with purpose, right? Covered all that earlier this week. So wanted to talk today about how entrepreneurs stay motivated, right? And there's a whole bunch of C words, right? So the good C words. So you have a choice. Entrepreneurs challenge themselves to stay motivated. They have control over what they're doing, right? So they have a good plan. They have a good daily action plan. They have a good weekly plan. They have good goals. They have good collaboration, meaning they build up, accountability groups. They build up friends. They pay coaches, whatever it is that you're doing in your business, you want to make sure that you're collaborating. Don't go this alone. It is hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard. Building an online business is hard. Staying motivated, not wanting to quit. I mean, I've wanted to quit probably hundreds of times at this point, right? So, and I have a business. I've been in business for myself since 2006. I know what it's like to have a business, but this online stuff is a lot harder, right? A lot more challenging. So entrepreneurs, in order to stay motivated, they construct meaning. So everything that they do that is working towards building their business has meaning, right? It may be something that you may not necessarily like to be doing, but it has meaning and it has consequences. So it has positive and negative consequences. If you choose to challenge yourself and you do all of your daily plans, right, you're going to have a positive consequence. If you choose to not do anything for your business, then you have a negative consequence. However, the beautiful thing about building an online business and creating content, once you're creating a digital footprint, right? So your content is staying out there and it's working for you, right? There's videos that I posted, 2 months ago that people are commenting on, people are seeing. They're there forever. It's a digital footprint. So just because you choose today to take today off doesn't mean your whole business is going to fall apart. Like, you set up for that, right? You set up for that by having non-negotiables that you do. And taking time off is also a non-negotiable. Take control of your business. Do not let your business control you, because you will fall into consumptionitis, you will fall into overwhelm, and you will walk away. You will feel defeated. You'll feel shame. You'll feel buyer's remorse for spending all the money you've spent to learn, right? Most people spend thousands, right? I've spent $40,000 on my education, on my marketing education since 2021. $40,000. I've invested a lot in myself. I've invested a lot in my products. I invested over $100,000 in myself to do what I do in real life. My life coaching, my personal coaching, my therapy, right? College cost me a lot of money. So I'm not one to be afraid of investing in myself to get tools to be able to do what I love. And I I don't I actually don't regret a penny of what I've invested in myself, even though some of the courses that I've purchased are not all right for what I want to do in my business. There's pieces of them that are working for me. There's pieces of them that I use. So what? So take control. Shelby's, she does not like it when I talk to people because she can't see who I'm talking. This is Shelby. Say hi, Shelby. What'd you do? You want to see something really funny? Watch. Watch when I ask her. What'd you do? What'd you do? She gets into a sneezing fit and then she smiles. What'd you do? What'd you do? She's my furry buddy. One of them. There's three of them here. But she gets very perturbed when I am talking to people because she doesn't know who I'm talking to. So she always comes up and bugs me. Coco's over on my bed sleeping. Yeah, she's wicked cute in it. Whenever you ask her what she did, she gets like that snarl smile, and then she starts sneezing. I have no idea why. It's the craziest thing. Um, Stop calling me. Hey, Mary Beth, thanks for popping on. Today we're wrapping up a recap of the trainings on Monday and Wednesday, and then today we're finishing off with motivation for entrepreneurs. So your choice, you're going to challenge, you're going to control, you're going to collaborate, you're going to construct meaning in your business, and then you're going to work towards consequences, right? Negative consequences you're going to try to avoid. Positive consequences you're going to continue to flourish in. That's what's going to keep you motivated to keep your business going, is when you're getting those positive consequences, right? Everybody hears consequence and they think it's only like a negative bad thing, but there's positive consequences. Like a consequence of you giving someone an offer and them purchasing it is a positive consequence, right? You're going to get money. They're going to get a system that they're going to be able to use to build their business. That's a good consequence, right? So the 3 C's, I mean, there's so much stuff that you can throw out there online, but one of the 3 C's of entrepreneurship is entrepreneurs are they have curiosity, they make connections, and they create value, right? Creating value is going live like this, short form videos, written content, building a YouTube channel, like coming on TikTok and talking about what it is you're passionate about and letting people know you, like, right? So that's the creating value. Creating, some people create ebooks. Some people create videos. Some people do it all, right? All of that stuff is part of your business. And all of that stuff is crucial to building a business. So 7 key traits, 7 key things that entrepreneurs do in order to work towards finding success is: 1, they get educated. That is why people promote courses. That is why people that you see here on this platform, on other platforms, talking about building an online business are promoting courses, because we have educated ourselves. We have bought a course that has been designed by someone who has used those strategies for a length of time. They have found success. The students have found success. Now, not everyone finds success, right? Because everyone's individual work ethic is different. So that's why all of these marketers that you see on the internet, regardless of where you see them, they are promoting something. And I have seen so much content recently from people that I actually know, and they're lying. They're saying they spent this tiny bit of money and they've been able to make 6 figures. That's not true. There may be a very small percentage of people that can pick things up. You also don't know their background. Maybe they have, business education, whatever. There's very few people. I actually have not met one. I've met a lot of people online. Everyone I have ever, well, I'm doing a training. Do you want to take it over? Huh? Do you want to take it over? You want to take it over? You think you can do a better job? Huh? She's always in my videos. There is not one person that I have met that has found success online that has not paid for coaching. So find someone who's going to be honest with you. Find someone who's going to be honest with you. The people who are going to be honest with you are the people that are coming up front and telling you, I have something to sell you. I have something to promote. I have something that can help you. That doesn't mean that we don't have free stuff, right? Because that's why we pull people from other platforms into our community, into our Facebook group, right? It's our little house. That's our virtual business, right? That's our personal digital footprint where we put all of our knowledge, where we put our trainings, where we go live like this and we do trainings, right? That's where we help people for free, right? We get you started. You want to buy the course? Buy the course. If you don't want to buy the course, don't buy the course, right? If anyone is pressuring you, I know I'm going off on a tangent. This is for everyone on TikTok that's here with me today. I'm going off on a tangent a little bit. Sorry, everyone on Facebook. But if you are following someone and they're not being honest with you, and they're not answering your questions, and they're not telling you things, don't work with them. Don't work with them because they're lying to you. That's it. That's my tangent. So staying motivated and finding success as an entrepreneur, first thing is you need to get educated. You need to understand what the market wants. You need to understand what people are looking for. You need to understand what people are asking for. You need to understand the questions that they're asking, the answers that they're looking for, right? You need to understand all of that. And that comes with time, right? There's easy ways to do that. Have a financial plan, right? So maybe you're not going to come off the bat and dump $40,000, right? I wouldn't recommend you do that. But maybe you invest a couple $100 or $1,000 or whatever in your business to learn a course. Do that one thing. Make your investment work for you. Do that one thing. Stay within that one course. Build things out the way that they're teaching you, right? The strategies that they're helping you learn, right? Do that one course. Don't go off into other things. Ask questions of the person that you're potentially going to be buying from. Ask them questions. If they're willing to answer questions, basic questions, you're not going to talk to them for 6 months, right? But if they're willing to answer basic questions and you authentically feel like they're not like, like If they're openly like, oh yeah, here's what it is, right? If anyone was to ask me, I'd be honest with them and I would tell them. Like, what's the point in being dishonest? People can see right through that, right? Slimy marketers, slimy salespeople. That's what people don't want. So be honest. Find someone who's honest. Make sure as you're building your online business, you communicate effectively and communicate in your own voice. Be you. Everyone else is taken. Be you. It's really difficult for a lot of people to, oh, thanks for the rose, Annette. It's really difficult for a lot of people to not fall into comparitis. I like comparitis better. So you buy the course, you start watching the videos, you start implementing what you're learning, you start to do market research, and then you fall down the rabbit hole of comparitis. You're seeing people that you know started around the same time as you, making money, doing this. You know, if you're focused on vanity metrics, you fall down the rabbit hole of staying focused on vanity metrics. Likes, the follows, the comments, all that stuff, right? So you're focused on that. And when your content doesn't perform as if you wanted it to or as if you hoped it would, then you're like, oh, I suck. Then you start with the negative beliefs, the false beliefs, the limiting beliefs, right? And then you start to be like, well, I'm not going to show up tomorrow. What's the point? It's really difficult in the beginning to do market research, to create the content that is needed for your business, to build up the ecosystem of people, to build up the digital footprint that you want out there on the web forever. It's really difficult to do that and not get overwhelmed, not get burnt out, and not fall down comparitis road, right? It is really difficult. That is why having an accountability group, coaches that you pay for, combination of both, right? That's why that is crucial, because you don't want to do this alone. As an entrepreneur, you need to be independent, you need to problem solve, you need to, do all that stuff. But it doesn't mean that you need to do it alone. If you try to do this alone, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to end up walking away. Do not focus on the sale. That is the positive consequence to all the things that you're doing. That is like the ultimate end result. But do not treat every single person that comes into your ecosystem, that puts their footprint in your digital footprint, don't treat them as a dollar sign, right? Let people know that you're selling stuff. Let people know what you have to sell. Let people know what you're offering, right? But don't treat every single person as your next sale. Because by doing that, you could potentially miss out on a valuable connection with someone in the space that you're in. That may turn, it's happened to me. People have right out the gate, like, tried to tell me I was doing stuff wrong and I was lying and I was never going to get anywhere. Like, what? How do you know me, right? Don't come out of the gate like that, because you could potentially lose a really good ally that will help you stay focused and help you avoid getting burnt out and help you avoid feeling overwhelmed and walking away, right? Staying extremely flexible is part of why an entrepreneur will be successful. So understanding that not everything that you do is going to have the outcome that you had hoped, right? Again, don't focus on the vanity metrics. Don't focus on the likes, the shares, the saves. Encourage people to do that. in a savvy way, so your content doesn't get, stuck in the frozen mud of Alaska. But yeah, thought my internet just kicked out for a minute. And manage stress. So one of the most important things to do, if you have a busy, hectic, like, hey Ian, thanks for hopping on. If you have a busy life, I'm fortunate I don't have a busy life. However, if you have a busy life, if you work outside of the home, in the home, for someone else, 40 hours, right? If you have, several things that you have going on aside from that, maybe you work 2 jobs, right? The best part of your day to be productive in your online business is first thing in the morning. So I recommend, this is for all of you all who work as an employee for someone else. I recommend you get up in the morning with an hour and a half to spare. And now I know for some of you that might be like, oh, that means I need to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Get up with an hour and a half to spare. Get up in the morning. Have yourself some breakfast, drink a cup of coffee, whatever it might be, right? Spend an hour. So your sheet, that's divided into 8 sections. You're going to do 1 hour. You're going to do 15-minute increments of the 4 absolute non-negotiable things that you must do in your business for you to feel like your business is moving forward. Now, if you're building an online business, the number one thing you have to do is create some content. 15 minutes to do that. You can pop out 3 videos in 15 minutes, put them in your drafts, drip them out throughout the day, right? You can create, a written post in 15 minutes, right? Get that either scheduled out or, save that in a Google Doc, pop it over to Facebook later, snap a picture, like whatever. You can then take that post, put it over into your email marketing campaign, right? Schedule that out, have that sent out at some point in time that day. And you can go and check and see if there's any follow-ups you need to do in your messages. There's an hour in the morning. Done. Go take a shower, pack your lunch, go off to work, right? Spend your day focused on your employment. When you get home, that's the other half of your 8 sections. You're going to go back through. You're going to check your content that you put out. You're going to check your videos. You're going to check your written posts. You're going to see, do you have any hand raisers? Do you have any people you need to welcome into your group officially? Do you have any emails you need to respond to? Do you have any messages you need to respond to? So you're going to do those same 4 tasks a little bit differently, right? And if you have a little bit of extra time and you want to bank up some content, then bank up some content. But as you're starting to build your online business, the 2 most important things, 3 most important things that you must be doing consistently and regularly is creating content, tweaking that content to make sure that you're creating content that your audience wants, right? That's a hard one for a lot of us. 2, engaging in conversations with people that are commenting on your content. If someone likes something, send them a message. Like, hey, if someone leaves you a comment on one of your videos, send them a message. Be like, hey, you know what? Thank you so much for taking the time to comment on that. I really appreciate it, right? That's it. That's all. Follow up with them, though. Maybe a couple days goes by. Maybe they respond back. They don't, whatever. But if you're on Facebook and someone puts a nice, thoughtful comment, right? Screenshot it. If they're not your friend, add them as a friend. Send them a message. Say, hey, I really appreciate you doing this, right? Engage on their stuff. That is the stuff that you must be doing in the beginning of building your online business. None of that other stuff matters, because if you can't have conversations with people and you can't get people to have conversations with, you have no business. It doesn't matter if your sales funnel is beautiful. It doesn't matter if you have 6 months worth of an email campaign. Who the hell is going to see it? Nobody, if you don't have an audience. So focus your attention in the beginning of your business on creating content, following up with that content, and having conversations. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Don't move on to any training until you have that stuff going. Guys, I think everyone's fear is that you're going to create content and 2,000 people are going to come flooding into your group. And then you're like, oh, what do I do now? Right? You have conversations with them. So, have conversations with them. Everything else builds and everything else gets created as things are building and as things are getting created. So, yeah. Hopefully this was helpful. I do have to fly. I have an appointment with my daughter. She's getting all beautified. Because she's going to a dance tonight, so we're going to go get our nails done. So this was unfortunately going to have to be a 30-minute training today. I will be back next week. I'm not sure what the topic is going to be for next week, but the topic is definitely going to be mindset in online business, right? Because that's what I do. So, food for thought. If you're, give this some thought. I don't need to know the answer. You already have the answer. If your life is chaotic, why? Why? That's all I'm going to ask. Next week, we are going to be focusing on chaos and how to stop living a chaotic lifestyle. Just came up with a topic. So, thank you for everyone who was with me today here on Facebook, YouTube. If you're watching this on the replay, if you have any questions, pop them in the group. I will get them. I get notified. I come and I check them. I'd be more than happy to answer them. And for those of you that are watching this on Facebook and YouTube, I do have a monthly Mindset Mastermind. I go live every week in there. Once a month, we all come together via Zoom. We all sit in the same room, have conversations. You get to ask questions. You get to have my undivided attention for, however long we go. Usually, this January we went for an hour. I'm more than willing and able to go longer than that if that's what's needed by people. So, super low stress to jump into that. It's a monthly subscription. If anyone is watching this on the replay, if you're interested in jumping into that, February starts on Monday. And yeah, so super excited. Thank you everyone who joined me on TikTok. I would love to see more people keep joining me on my lives. Hopefully they're exciting and interesting. Maybe the other dogs will show up next week, but I will see everyone later. Gotta go get my nails done. Thanks for jamming.